Udon. Udon. Come on. There you go. Hello, everyone. Udon is here. Actually, Soba's here too, but she's down there. There's both of them. Soba. 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 Oh. There goes Udon. There's Soba. Come on up. Oh, she's busy. Can't come up. Very busy. Very busy. They've got so much going on. They just don't have time to come up. They couldn't possibly. They've got so much going on. Just lots on the calendar. Oh. Oh, whoops, the daisy. Well, I did unplug my webcam a little bit. So that's fun. Oh, come on. There you go. There she is. Mm-hmm. Don't bite anything. She's a nibbler. She's a chewer. She bites cables. Actually, maybe it's the other one that was so bad about that. What do we got? I got some noises. Oh, Udon. What are you doing? Huh? Udon? Must you? What exactly would you say it is that you're doing? Actually. Udon. I'll tell you what. I'll make you two a proposal. There we go. Come on, get it. Get it. Get it. What do you have? They're just looking. They're not getting. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What if it hides? Hey, what if it hides? What if... Oh, there you go. Oh, Vicious Hunter. Oh, the Vicious Hunter attacks. Vicious Hunter. Apex Predator right here. Oh no, there's no tuckering out Soba. She has infinite energy. You see this? This right here? That's foam that I think she tore out of my chair. I keep coming in here and finding hunks of foam on the floor. I think it's her fault. Oh. By the way, if I was going to take a sponsorship from anybody, I'd take it from Elgato for this damn face cam, because this is the most impressive webcam I've ever seen. It's like they put a real camera in the box. There's things I don't like about it, but not many. Like, the noise levels are kind of obscene, but it really seems like it's not processing the image nearly so much as anything else. And the true 60 FPS is just remarkable to me. And, like, I've been angry about webcams my entire life. I wish I was a big streamer, because then I'd go ask them for money. Like, I would actually not mind promoting this. This seems like a legitimate product. Anyway. Remarkable, just remarkable animals, I gotta say. Incredible creatures. Beasts, they are. Yeah, the Commodore 64. I'm going to go ahead and get myself copyright struck right away, I'm guessing, because I'm guessing somebody, whatever the hell I've loaded up here, what is this? This is Antarctica. It doesn't say when it's from. It looks like the Penguin Adventure. No. Oh, this might be like a Atari 2600 port or something like that. But anyway, the important thing is this. The music bangs. So yeah, it bangs, but then, like, this is the game. So I don't know if this is like some indie thing or what the deal is. It looks like an Atari 2600 adaptation of whatever that Penguin Adventure game was, where you run. It's like a behind the character perspective. Oh no! Wait, was there just another copy of myself for a moment there when I got injured? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. What? This is weird. I think it might be like unfinished. Yeah, there are many problems with this. Anyway, so yeah, game number 1. I'm going to find something else that I grabbed something to test with. By the way, before we continue, actually, I do want to share this fun situation. So I've been going to Chuck's Hop Shop and getting these big 2-pint beers. And I always pour them into a frozen glass, but I didn't remember to freeze any today. I don't normally drink out of the can, particularly because it's so big it would get warm. But I was at the place the other day, and they had koozies. I think it's the very uncomfortable but correct name for these, that fit the 2 pints. So I just have this gigantic can. It's like a Foster's, and I can insulate the entire thing, which is kind of obscene. Antarctic Adventure, thank you. I think the Penguin game I think the name I was thinking of, Penguin something or other, was actually the side-scroller arcade game, the platformer arcade game. Didn't scroll sideways, it scrolled up and down. Anyway, I'm going to pop this beer here. Let's, oh, can we get a crisp pop? There we go. Anyway. Oh, that's chilly. I dig it. All right. Anyway, so we need to select a game, and I'm going to sort, as I usually do, by release date, year, and then we're just going to pick, we're going to drop the needle. All right, we're here in 86. I might do this in a more structured way later. Yeah, I'm just gonna flip around a little bit, see if I can find anything interesting. Oh, okay, all right. I'm curious about this one. Let's fire this up. Last stream was a real mess, and I'm sorry about that. I was apparently not in the mood I thought I was in when I started that, and then I started getting invaded by those weird bots. That was super strange, and it just pissed me off so much I just about lost it. And then the games weren't very good, and weird things happened that day. Interesting. Also, I'm reading the summary of this, and like in Launchbox, the description of the ROM, and one of the things it says is that it's a space game, and your ship has 2 independent tanks of fuel. So, what? Do you have to switch between them? What? That's weird. Okay, there we go. All right, so we've got like the Wing Commander visible stick, which I dig. What's up? Varg. The Varg threat. I hope nobody's too irritated by the weird colored borders and the misshapenness of my layout. It's just kind of unavoidable unless I put a tremendous amount more effort into it, but I figure nobody really cares all that much. Yeah? Is this the music? Soba is still over there. Oh, is this just repeating? Oh, I gotta hit a button to proceed, but I don't want to because the music is so good. Oh, good, it continues. There was just a loud bang outside. Everyone give me a moment. Daria, if you heard that, can you let me know if you know what the hell it was? I had headphones on. It sounded like a huge crash. So yeah, this is basically a sort of a rail shooter kind of thing. That's kind of cool. You know, I noticed my left hand seems to be on like a throttle. I wonder if I could go faster. Oh, you know what? I'm actually steering inside the Deathscape. Yeah, this is called Deathscape for the Commodore 64. It's kind of cool. You know what games... You know what all this, like, game diving makes you want to do? Is to start a game jam where I pick an interesting game from, like, 1986 and then challenge a bunch of people to make the most interesting take they can on that specific game's mechanics. Like... It would be like a monthly thing, and I would just say, like, okay, in this game you can only jump at 45-degree angles. The player has to learn how to cope with that. Make a game in which that's the situation. You can make it less irritating, but it does have to have that limitation, and you do have to build the levels around that limitation. Likewise, I would be interested in seeing like an itch.io kind of take on this that doesn't have problems like the one we're encountering right now, where all the enemies are spawning in the same place, so we could just sort of camp and they just sort of all fly into my guns. Now, we are low on fuel, and I think that's because I didn't do something I was supposed to. And I don't have a manual for this one. I'm interested by that. Why do you say it would work better on the Spectrum? curious what about this would do better. Oh, you know what? I think I fired my guns too much. I needed to, like, let off of it. Because, yeah, I think I'm screwed now. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I could do now. Because I'm out of everything. Oh! Oh, I think you, like, slowly rebuild fuel. So, yeah, I think you can't just lean on the laser button. I think it drains your fuel. Alright, well this is cool, and I'm going to mark it as interesting, but I think we've seen the entire game. Pretty sure. I think it's just more of that. Oh, I guess the on-screen chat isn't showing. I haven't even bothered to open up the studio. I just decided, like, to jump into the stream, because I was actually supposed to, do the stream earlier, but I had a series of, hang on a second. Someone is insulting me in a YouTube comment. I gotta see what dumb opinion they have. You complain too much about the product. No, I don't. I complain the correct amount. Alright, one moment. Let me switch over and... Oh, I also forgot to actually post this to my chat and whatnot. Oopsie. Let me go to live. Let me go to the Thingus that does the Hingus. Wait a minute. Wait, what does that say? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, okay, Sam, that's interesting. Now, I need to clarify, because, and I don't mean to sound presumptuous here, but people keep saying they have Polaroid palettes, but then when they continue to describe them, it turns out it's the Polaroid palette digital. Now, honestly, that might be more interesting, but I'm just curious, do you have the absolute original one that just says palette, or is it a palette digital or a palette plus that takes like a SCSI interface? By the way, I'm still thinking about the game that we played last stream. I can't remember which one it was, that had Enola Gay as a SID file as the intro music. That was so dope. Okay, well, the Plus is fine, too, and probably, honestly, better. Especially if I could find, like, the contemporary software for it. I just wanted to clarify. But, yeah, I totally have an email address. I'm going to drop it in chat. It's just cathoderaydude@gmail. And we could talk about it. I don't know if I'll want to borrow it or not. I don't know when I'm going to do it. But I always prefer to have an email I can maybe go back to. You know, what would be fun, now that I think about it, would be, do I have it here, or did I get rid of it? No, it's probably at work. Well, anyway. It would be interesting to do a Polaroid palette slide deck with black and white film, like really nice, like Ilford black and white, not Ilford, well, whatever. Anyway, like ISO 100 black and white, the modern stuff that's like just unspeakably clean, you know. And I know somebody who can develop that stuff, and I could actually have him come in, and we could. You know, I hadn't thought about that. That'd be interesting. I know people who do home development, and I think I could get one of my friends to actually come in, and in the video, we'll just develop the film right there. I'll have him bring in some black and white reversal film, and we'll shoot some slides. You know, I'll make some dumb graphs and whatnot. We'll burn them onto slides, and then we'll develop them right there. Not in real time, you know, but maybe in time lapse. And then we'll take them out, cut them up, put them in slide holders, drop them in the carousel, and there you go. You know what would be fun, actually, would be to make a live show out of it, where we actually do it in real time, right? Man, that would be fun. That's not the worst idea I've ever had. I basically set up a live show where we start out we make. I've got some. I would have to make the slides beforehand, like the actual the contents, because there's no way I could come up with funny, interesting graphs on the fly. So I'd make those beforehand, and then we would go through and run the slide projector or the slide printer on the fly, and then just we shoot the film, and we go through the process of putting it into the developer canister, and then we just sit there and like chat about stuff for I don't know how long it takes, 30 minutes, whatever it is. And we pull it out, we wash it off, we do the chemical stop bath and whatnot, and the cutting up and everything. We do it all in real time as a stream. That would be a tremendous amount of fun. It'd be tough to make the Steadicam work because it would have to be I would want this to be an actual live program, and I don't have, nor can I afford a wireless transceiver. And that sounds like fun. Sounds like a fun thing to do. I don't know if I'll do it, but I hadn't really thought of an angle on the slide printer, and that is actually kind of a fun one, because the device itself ain't that exciting. Although I could crack it open. I guess that would be the one question is I think if I did a dedicated video about it, I would want to open it up and show it running open so you could see the color wheel and whatnot in operation and the camera in operation. So that I would want to do, probably time shifted. Not sure. Anyway. Let me just finish fixing the chat here. Thank you for the heads up. Slide. Okay, hang on. I'll take a look at that. Slide the slider at the bottom slightly right. Oh. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm going to cinch that down to like a 4 up. There we go. I think that's legible. Maybe. That could be a thing. I don't know. Digital HR 6000. Okay, well, that's fine. That would still be interesting. Anyway. Wow, what do we have here? This looks like a soca band. Oh, Brad, that's an adorable idea. I love that idea. Woo! Bitter beer face. Is this all it does, or is there a song? You know what? I just said, is there a song? And that made me think of the funniest tweet that I've ever seen. Hang on a second. Let's see, where is it? Hang on a second. I gotta read this to you. It's extremely funny. Here we go. This is a tweet from Manning Cruel. I'll link it in chat. And it goes, I remember one time we were in my friend Dave's car and listening to Slayer, and my friend Eric said, you know what? These guys aren't tough or scary. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because they're singing a song. And Dave got really mad. Oh, Ben, I'm sorry. I mean, at least there's the VOD, but I know. Gee, it's difficult. Anyway. Well, there he is. Wait a minute. You could choose between 255 lives, XXX lives. Is that just infinite? And normal. So this is going to be either a soca ban or a Boulder Dash that's about getting drunk, because it's like this right here. This is the most British possible image. Because it's a trainer. Because it's for cheating. They don't anticipate they're going to not cheat. Oh, really, Ben? Interesting. Anybody here ever done the coffee development thing? Because I've been really curious about that. I really want to do it. It sounds like so much fun. Sorry, Caleb. 144 is a bit, it happens to a lot of men. Yada yada. Alright. Really? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, it's a puzzle Boulder Dash? Huh. What? Oh, okay, so it's time-based, alright. So yeah, I would call this a puzzle Boulder Dash. Because, see, I've just locked myself. See, I can't proceed now. I wouldn't call Boulder Dash a puzzle game, no. I don't know what I don't know what the point of Boulder Dash is. It seems like the simplest game in the universe to me. I have never played Boulder Dash and went like, oh, that was hard. It's always like, don't walk under the rocks. I don't know what to tell you. But this is like, this is actually hard. See, we have to, it's interesting. See, this area above me, I don't know if this is a decoy or if this is actually important. It looks like it might be important. And so if I step over here, if I were to go up, then that rock on top would kill me before I can make room below it. If I do this, then the rock to my right could fall down, but only if I go down. And it won't fall immediately, but if I went down one more, it would. If I go up and left, then that'll fall down. And then clear those ones out. Oh. Ah. Okay, this is the first Boulder Dash I've ever played that actually made me feel like, hey, go to hell. I'm better than that. Oof, almost got bit there. Okay, so I think what I need to do is clear this out, but I'm not sure why. We'll do it anyway. Right. If we get rid of these, there we go. If I get rid of that one, then when I clear out this one, there'll be fewer rocks to fall down. Oh no, that didn't work. Huh. That's why 255 lives might not be enough. Wow. Okay, you got me interested. I gotta figure out what I did wrong here. Maybe you're right. But I don't see how to get down there safely is the problem. Because if I go down there, I'm going to get trapped. I had this idea. Oh, that is a potion, isn't it? Oh, that's interesting. Clearing out the one on the right let these lay down. Which means now if I clear this out, there's a little more room there. And I almost feel like... You can't push anything. What happens if I do that? Nothing? Oh, they just didn't care. There were an awful lot of games like this. They just didn't care. Okay, we do this, we go up, then we go over, and those fall over there. Oh, but as soon as I go down now, I get owned. Wow. I wish I could push things. It'd be nice if I could push things. I'm very impressed. This is a Boulder Dash that has me screwed right from the jump. I really feel like I need a way to move this rock right here. If I could do that, then we'd be in business. Yeah, video games used to be pretty much for nerds, and then they stopped being for nerds after the Nintendo came out, pretty much. Well, I mean, they never were with arcade games, but... sorry, computer games. Computer games specifically were basically considered to be for nerds, and anything went. It's the same reason that there were thousands of hentai games for the PC 88 and 98 and other Japanese home computers, but Nintendo wouldn't allow them on the Famicom because they considered one to be for children and one to be for adults, and adults were expected to just do whatever they wanted and police themselves. I remember a while back, I remember reading some sort of, I'm actually running out of time. Huh. I remember reading some sort of opinion that somebody wrote, some post somewhere where they're like, everyone thinks the PC 88 and 98 are just nothing but porn games. That couldn't be further from the truth. And I'm like, no. No. Back before anybody knew who I was, when the stakes were lower, because there were just fewer people paying attention to me, so I didn't have to worry about like potentially having kids in the audience. I used to stream PC 88 games, and I had a button on my Stream Deck that just popped up a huge like whoops banner that I would hit every time I thought there was going to be titty, and I got caught out unprepared on at least 50 occasions just going through the PC 88 library. Like there were certain red flags, like if a game was a doujin, the chances that it had titty in it was so much higher, but still you'd get like games from Enix, you'd get games from like Humansoft, you'd get games from companies that are still big names, that are now thought of as, if not family friendly, certainly not purveyors of pornography. They would just put bare titty in the game, and like straight up, it was porn. It was not, it was not tasteful. It was just porn. And that was just normal. And I don't know why somebody would claim it isn't. It's so bizarre that somebody would claim that's not the case. It's viscerally the case that the PC 88 and 98 are absolutely rife with pornography. And, that's dope. I'm all for it, but it's just a really weird thing to deny. It's super strange. Like, you could spend 15 minutes on the PC 88 or 98 and conclude that, like, a third of the games have bare-breasted anime ladies in them. What a weird claim to make. God, I've never gotten over that. I've been thinking about it now for, like, 5 years, that post. I was like, what are you talking about? God. At least the C64 wasn't like that. It makes things a lot easier, let me tell you. I don't see a way to clear out the blocks over there. Yeah, and that might be the case too, because I want to say like the X1 had a little bit less fewer porn games on it. It feels like a little more, but it's also a little more arcadey in general. And honestly, it's just not as popular a platform. The thing about the PC 88 and 98 is that they were extremely popular, and I think maybe that informs this a little bit. Oh, there we go. I did it. Now, for this one, I think I just have to run. I don't think I have a choice. Ah, dang it. I'm going to mute this. I can't take the music anymore. It's not just Pink Panther, it's bad Pink Panther, which is, of course, you know, typical. Okay, let's go ahead and do the whole thing. Okay. Oh, I messed it up. Wait, what did I do differently? Wait a minute, what did I do differently? I thought I did everything exactly the same. So, I came back here. I cleared that out. I came through here. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, I'm gonna be walking around like. I mean, that's it. It happened to me with like the bad NES Star Wars. I had the strange off-kilter music from that stuck in my head for eons. Okay, so that's down. What did I do differently? Oh. Yeah, this game is weird. I think it's German, and it's called Flaschbier. First set of rocks before fully clearing the bottom dirt. So the first go across the bottom line. No, this is the Commodore 64. Which I've ignored for eons. The first four go across the bottom line. Set of rocks before fully clearing the bottom dirt. Oops. Damn it. I'm not sure if I understand what you mean, but I think you mean this. But that didn't work. Far right in the top upside. I'm sorry. That explanation does not make any sense. I know you're trying your best. Oh, interesting. That worked. Well, you know, the funny thing is that... oh, it worked, but it didn't get me anything. The funny thing is that... yeah, pacing wasn't... oh, thank you, Dreamer. Yeah, I'm not at all surprised that this is a known character. Anyway. What is the difference? It was such a subtle difference. Wasn't it that I only did the one? Tall stack of rocks. I'm sorry, this is going to be so frustrating because we're time delayed here, right? But I mean, I got it the one time. That's got to be the trick, right? That's got to be it. Oh, hey, hey. Hey! Alright. Now, I don't see a way to get past this without just bum rushing it, but hang on. Can I save? Save state. Okay, F2. Oh, right. None of the keyboard commands work. That's fine, though. Okay, I have saved my state. Okay, so... this game is of the sort where you go, oh, that can't be what they want me to do, but it is. Oh no, that's the kind of game we're playing. Oh no. Oh, this hurts. Oh, I love it though. Yeah, exactly. This, you know what? I respect the hell out of this. This is going in my list of interesting games. Okay. I have to hit the first row, not the second one, is the thing. Ah, damn it. Piss. So here's the thing. This game openly hates me. This game is not trying to pad out playtime. It just hates life. Oh, it's not a potion. It's a beer. It's a beer because the point of the game is I'm supposed to be getting beers. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. I get it. I messed up. I made an error. Although, truth be told, I don't think I had the correct strategy anyway. See, the important thing is that these guys only touch the outer wall, right? Oh, that's interesting. Why aren't they coming over here? Oh, no. Oh, wait a minute. You're still hearing the music. I muted my speakers, but you can still hear it? Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry. Okay, yeah, that strategy will work. All right, hang on. Ah! I'm positive that I could just run up the center here. Yep, one. Yeah, that's how we do it. Speedrun strats. Let's go. They are meme Australians, aren't they? Ah, geez Louise, you're right. I like how Flying Papaya here is like, I've identified the precise way there, and then I'm just like, let's just walk up. Strategy versus just being a total dumbass. Let's go. All right. What I like about this compared... Whoa, no, I didn't realize there was a guy! What I like about this compared to other Boulder Dashes that I've played is that normally it doesn't feel like you're supposed to use the timing as a mechanic. It feels like you're supposed to always avoid the boulders. It doesn't feel like you're supposed to... Whoa, I can't believe I did that! Second try, let's go! It feels like you're supposed to not get crushed rather than to run from the blocks. Maybe I just haven't played the original Boulder Dash long enough to know what the deal is. YOLO. This game rocks. I am here for this. Ah! Yeah, this one I don't think I can blitz. I think I gotta just take it one step at a time. Oh, crap. Crap shit. Yeah, I don't know. If you can kill him with boulder drops, it didn't look pretty, didn't look very, straightforward, because I tried. Yeah, I know. The music's not good. Here, let me give you a reprieve. There we go. Pardon me. I wonder what the state of the art is for C64 music mods. Like, is there a straightforward way to yeah, like this game desperately needed to have a ramp up as discussed. Ah, crap. Shit. Shit. Crap. This is hard. This game isn't easy. I personally... Wait a minute. You know what I just noticed? I noticed that after you get killed, the timer keeps running. I wonder if you could die and time out. Save state. Ah! Correct. To become a ghoul, the dream of all. Oh, wait, really? Or am I just supposed to go... Oh, I think that... Nope, you cannot kill them with the rocks. Okay. I'm done with that game. That game is very cool, and I'm putting it in my favorites category. Let's just check and make sure my favorites category works. Set that to favorite. Oh, there we go. Wait. What? Did this come with a bunch of crap faved already? I am going to scream. Okay. Is there a recently played option? Installed. Region series source. Very irritated by what I've just discovered. If I'd known that, I would have been using the ratings instead. Where are the ratings? I don't even see an option for that. There's a way to do it, but... I've never played New Zealand Story. I've heard about it. Everyone bear with me for a couple of minutes. I just need to go check and see if maybe when I play each game, it's been creating like a config file for it, and I can use that to rediscover what I've pulled up. Because I'm pretty annoyed at this situation. This is kind of bullshit, frankly. Stars? Are there stars? I don't... Am I having a... Oh, there they are! I didn't see them down there. I was looking for them up here. Okay, yeah. So I'll have to use that. Let me go to the rating. There we go. Oh my god, that's not the rating. That's like the star rating. There we go. Oh, come on. Somebody else rated these? Your star rating. Wait, so... Listen, C64 Dreams author, if you're watching, come on. Don't ship it with faves set. Don't ship it with ratings set. The whole point of that is supposed to be for curating your own library. Okay, a burning landfill of bad movies, as well as everybody else. I'm going to advise you of a rule that I have for these streams. When I do when I do old video game streams, my rule is I won't play anything I've heard of before. I'm not going to play Manic Miner. I'm not going to play Jet Set Willy. I'm not going to play Choplifter. You know, unless I'm on a really odd platform, or at least if I do, I'm just gonna pull it up and go, oh yeah, sure enough, that's what it is. The whole point of going through these collections is to find the games that no one talks about because they weren't successful and they weren't actually good. What they were is novel. The game I just played is I've probably played 60 to 80 Boulder Dash clones conservatively. None of them held my attention for even 2 minutes. None of them held my attention, period. The first time I played a Boulder Dash clone, I was 7. Like, there's no game there. I don't know what the game is supposed to be. So, what I'm looking for is stuff like that. Games that look vaguely like maybe you've seen them before, but then you play it, and you're like, wait a minute. This is a type of game I've never played. What's interesting to me is Name a genre that's newer than the Metroidvania. Think about that. I mean, think about like two-dimensional games. Just because obviously there's some newer genres, but um, think about a game genre that's newer than Castlevania Symphony of the Night in the two-dimensional genre. Can you think of any? There's been thousands of two-dimensional games. Have any of them defined a new genre? And in fact, even in the 3D world, the character action platformer was developed by then, and that defined a lot of 3D games, especially licensed games, for a decade. We're still making first-person shooters. We're still making, and when I say genre, I'm not just referring to like the vast category of like first-person shooter. I'm talking about a game that plays generally a certain kind of way, all right? And colony builders go back to, if I know what you're talking about, what's it called? I think it's just Moonbase. Those go back to the early 90s at least. Yeah, I would say that so wouldn't you say that Terraria is basically Minecraft? I would say that Minecraft is a new genre. I'll go with that. So V's isn't a new type of game because I found a ZX Spectrum game several months ago that I'm positive is what V's was based on. It is so similar in so many ways, and you can find lots of other you could see how if you take like 4 or 5 ZX Spectrum games or C64 games and put them together, you could see where V's came from. The component parts were discovered in the mid 80s. And anyway, right, and that's a fair point. So Terraria is kind of a roguelike, but I don't think that's necessarily fair. I think that it's a Minecraft. I think that is the fair thing to say, and that is a new genre. That is something completely new. Nobody had thought of it. There are bits and pieces of the open world, like exploration, crafting, resource, whatever, but by and large, I'd say that Minecraft was basically original, and that Terraria is so heavily informed by it that it counts. Anyway, I don't mean to start a debate. We could probably come up with some counterexamples to my point, but what I'm driving at is that an awful lot, as we've discussed on this stream before, an awful lot of I am so sorry for that burp. I did not know that was coming. An awful lot of C64, ZX Spectrum, etc. developers were what we call bedroom programmers, which is a category that doesn't really exist anymore, in the sense that in 1985, the bedroom programmer had nothing to draw on. They didn't have any inspirations other than other games for their particular platform, because yes, exactly. But here's the thing. Zork led to millions of other games. Soba, not so much. Soba, not so much. I don't think that's what I want you to do right now. Soba Kitten, I'm sorry. Not so much. Here, I will yank on the feather for you. Will you prairie dog? I'm sorry, everyone. There was an emergency. Come on. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm sorry, everyone. I have to deal with this. Let's go. Come on. You were willing to get all the way up there and disturb my whole situation, but you aren't willing to grab it? Grab it! Let's go! I'm going to bother you with it. Come on. I'm bothering you. Come on. Let's go around. Now grab it. Come on. Shit, or get off the pot. All right, she's getting off the pot. I love cats, and I love these cats. They're so good. Oh, she's such a monster. I adore her. Okay, let's try and finish the sentence. A burning landfill of bad movies. Zork and Simmerth and Alone in the Dark led to millions of games like them. Not millions, tens of thousands. What I think is fascinating are the games that died. The games that invented a new genre or a new gameplay paradigm, and no one remembers them, and no one has taken their ideas and gone anywhere with them. It was a brilliant idea that no one else had, and it died on the vine, unappreciated, except by a few dozen or 100 people who happened to buy it in a Ziploc bag at their local game retailer that also sold whatever the equivalent of vape pen was at the time. And I keep finding them, and Soba, no! Oh my God, she's doing it from behind now! Soba, holy crap! Okay, I have to take the kitty whip down because you're not responsible. And I'm going to put it over here. Ah! Well, I don't think Katamari is a genre. It's really a one-off. Katamari is Katamari in the same way that, like, oh my God, Res isn't in a genre. You could say rhythm game, but that's not really true because you don't really need to do anything with a rhythm to finish it. It's really hard to fit it into any identifiable genre. Katamari definitely has a defined goal, which sets it apart in that regard. But at the same time, yeah. So right, Load Runner. Do I agree about Donut County? That is an interesting take. I don't know if I can agree that Donut County is a Katamari, because I don't know if you could define a genre until it's got at least a few dozen games in it. And to wit, actually, nobody had named the first-person shooter as a genre until like 1997 or 8, and prior to that, they kept calling them Doom clones. Okay, 100 is now going to assert that Donut County and Load Runner share a genre. Okay, the point is, I find the idea that a game is just not necessarily original, but still something that has a new idea, at least one that nobody else knows about. I'm sort of collecting these games, and I think, like I said earlier, I think it would be really fun to make to take all these games and basically build a game jam challenge where every month I dispense a new one of these games and say, go play this. It has a really weird mechanic you've never seen before. Now make your own game that has that mechanic, but do whatever else you want with it. You've got 3 weeks. Go, you know? Anyway, if you'll all bear with me for a second, I got really thrown off by this situation with the favorites, and I want to resolve that. Daria, I did see your message. The problem is, well, it's complicated. I want to recover the things that I faved because they were really cool, and I'm never going to find them again necessarily. So I just want to find where does it keep your selected filters or your selected faves? There's got to be a file somewhere. Oh, you know what I guess I could do is I could process monitor this thing. Do I have procmon? Yes, process monitor.zip. All right, bear with me, everyone. I have to hack the Gibson here. Unselect that. Select that. There we go. Holy crap, that's a lot of Holy crap, that's a lot of registry accesses. Wow. There are some inefficiencies in the way that Launchbox accesses the registry. Let me tell you. Okay, so it's in the platform file. All right, I'll take a look at that. And what folder is that in? Data? Soba, what are you doing? Soba, there's not even a thing there anymore. Soba, no. Psst, 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 psst. No. Down. Go. No up. Up bad. Ah. Kitties. Okay, that's a fair point. I guess Res is a rail shooter. I was more thinking about the music component of it. But yeah, you're entirely right. It is a rail shooter. Come on, webcam. Get back where you were. Okay. Oh, all right. Daria is saying I can arrange by last played. There it is. Okay, you can't filter by it, but you can arrange by it. Thank you, hun. I really appreciate that. Okay. Well, that's fine then. That means I can recover from this. So I'm going to go to favorite. I'm going to select all. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to wait a minute. That doesn't work. Oh crap! You told me how to do it, and I forgot how to do it. Let me read it again. Ah crap! Your message went up the scroll back, hon. Can you tell me how to do it again? Bulk edit metadata. Okay. Do I do that? Do I do that from here? Where's that option? We will play a game shortly. Right click menu. I don't. Oh, holy crap. Okay, I'm in the bulk edit wizard. You selected 3,400 games to be edited. Please click next to continue. All right, let's go. I'm going to click favorite. I'm going to set that to none. All right. No, I would not like to make more changes. Outstanding. Thank you very much, honey. All right, now I just need to go through these and reselect fave, not fave. Bone Cruncher was interesting. I don't think I showed that to you all. I think it was offline at the time. That one was a clone. That was not very interesting. This one was kind of interesting. Comic Bakery just got that music. Driller is Driller. Wait, are those the only ones that I ever faved? I thought there were more. You know what? I'll just be generous and fave pretty much everything I've played recently. And then we'll play something new. And I'll do that one. That's sort of a Metroidvania kind of thing. What else we got here? Okay, now you said retooled Panzer Dragoon. Is your assertion that Panzer Dragoon originated the rail shooter? Is that what I'm getting here? Because it feels like it is. Oh, Chip's Challenge. Yeah, I'm kind of doing these per hardware platform. I'm sticking to one at a time. I was doing ZX Spectrum. I'm going to do more. But I have done other platforms before. I used to do PC-88. Let me unmute here. Click. Oh, I see what you're saying. Huh, does Afterburner count as a rail shooter? Well, there's no music right now. Like from what I know of Afterburner, I don't know that I would agree that it's a rail shooter as I think of it. Huh, interesting. So the first rail shooter that I'm biased here because the first rail shooter I was ever introduced to was Siberia for the PC, which I think was also on all those CD platforms. And that is an interesting debate to have. Suppose like I have the audio on, but I guess. I think Line Rider was novel. The intro story for this is pretty cringy. Okay, yeah, this is the exact same level as the Microsoft Entertainment Pack version. Or no, sorry, the DOS version is what I'm thinking of. That music is really annoying. I mean, it's a bit of a bop, but it's also really annoying. Raptor's not a rail shooter, it's a shmup. The way these dirt blocks work is really unpleasant. You have to push them in there and then step on them, or they don't become dirt. Hate them. Yes, this is what it looks like inside your computer at all times. Oh, this is kind of a bop. Listen, Chip's challenge doesn't count. No, but really, the reason Chip's challenge doesn't count is because I don't think of anybody associating Chip's challenge with the Commodore 64. So, well, Brad, I mean, Raptor absolutely banged. It was an incredible game. So, you know, I'm all for it being, you know, venerable. Well, no, this was a port. Chip's Challenge here was a port. I don't know what it originated on, but I think it ended up on all kinds of platforms. All right, anyway, let's arrange by release date year, and let's go back to 1986. There we go, and let's pick something. All right, here we got some sort of shmup. Let's go. Chips may have originated on the Lynx. I can believe that. It seems like a Lynx game. Bop detected. Oh no, it's one of these. Oh man, these 1970s sound effects. Yeah, I love Subspace. Somebody else here just had their like brainwashed assassin activation phrase moment. There are two types of people. People for which subspace was an important formative part of their existence, and people who have not heard of it. This is wild. Like, I understand why the screen is so small, because getting this to update in real time on the C64 was hard. The sound effects are not good. Yeah, this is like, technically this is very interesting, but gameplay-wise, this is nothing. Can we just... What happens if we just go? Yeah. I'm not going to mark that one interesting. That's almost interesting. Alright. Eyeball. The player takes the role of the eponymous ball. What the hell? How did I do that? I just Butterfingers my phone like mad. Let's try that again. Mididium. I'll check. Okay. That's the thing, Raptor had incredible music. So Gut Bomb asks the million-dollar question: has this appreciably changed my opinion on the C64? I think so, and also no. So it's like this. My complaints with the C64 are partly about accessibility and quality of design, and just technical complaints. I think the graphics look like crap. The ZX Spectrum made the, I think, reasonable decision of just saying, look, every dot is a primary color, and that's all she wrote. And I don't think it has a weird pixel aspect ratio, whereas the 64 does. And I'd have to double check that, but I think that the Atari 2600 and the C64 in particular, I think, have a very wide pixel aspect ratio, and I hate it. It just makes everything look dopey and stretched out, and it's very hard to take seriously, and the motion doesn't feel very realistic. And I know, realistic, we're talking about games with a resolution of like 160 by 200. But still, I mean, I just... The weird washed out pastel kind of colors and the weird, pixel aspect ratio. I don't think 160 by 200 is the real resolution, but maybe it is. I don't know. Altogether, the whole thing just feels like it's not really trying all that hard. It feels like it was designed down to a price, which is funny because the ZX Spectrum is the most designed down to a price thing in existence. And you'd think that would, I don't know. I don't understand how it is that the ZX Spectrum, working with like off-the-shelf parts for the most part and like one ULA, was able to come up with graphics that look more naturalistic, more normal than the Commodore 64 when it uses a custom video chip. Why did they choose the colors they chose? Why did they choose the pixel aspect ratio they chose? It doesn't make any sense to me. And it's just, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look compelling. None of these games have really looked compelling. And they don't really look like anything. And I don't know if the ZX Spectrum had better resolution or if it was just the PAR was better, but there's still that. Yeah, so I mean, okay, if the C64 could, that's great. But it just feels mushy and indistinct to me. In practice, everything just feels mushy and indistinct to me, and I just can't support it. I can't get behind it. I want to get behind it, but I can't get behind it. Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, to wit, right? This mode looks fine. Well, this is one of the text modes, right? And this mode looks fine. Here, if I start the game, but then this looks weird to me. Right off the bat, it looks weird to me. And it's a weird that I can't get over. There's also the fact, let's get into the game. Wow, that's a lot. That is so many. Yeah, like the ZX does look awful, but look at these colors. Okay, you see that yellow down there? I'm going to tell you the best analogy I've ever heard for what that yellow looks like. That yellow looks like the doctor saying that the arm's going to have to come off. It looks like gangrene. You know, and I don't understand, like, why use these weird desaturated colors? I don't get it. And, yeah, nothing looks round, and, it's all just kind of, And, you know, I know that objectively these are better graphics than the ZX Spectrum had, but I guess the way I would put it... is they may be technically better, but they don't feel... Oh, no! Wow, this game's not very good. This game's not very good. I don't want to play this game anymore. This game sucks. It may be technically better, but like subjectively, it feels like nobody would choose for their game to look like this if they had the choice. And yeah, that's the problem. The port of V's on this platform, they took the music out for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's some sort of copyright issue. Probably, I'm guessing. But anyway, sorry. The original question was, has this changed my opinion of the platform? Yes. It definitely has. I definitely feel less critical of it. There are games here that I find interesting. There are games here that I find cool. There are games here I don't know if I found any yet that I would play for fun in the modern era. There are ZX Spectrum games where I have... Okay. There are ZX Spectrum games that I would play for fun now. There are ones I think you could re-release now. I think that... No, I did not dive deeper into that one, unfortunately. I should. But, basically, I don't hate it anymore, but I still don't love it. It's still a weird platform. I need to run to the bathroom. I'll be back in a few minutes. Hello, everyone. I was gone for a minute or two longer than intended because while I was upstairs, I heard a deafening crash, and I had to figure out what that was. And I'm pretty sure that it was Udon knocking something down in my closet. Anyway. Oh, boy, this looks super way too complicated. I think this might be an RTS. Oh, yeah, and there's like, there we go. Hey, Nadia. Yeah, I think this is basically an RTS. And, yeah, redefine keys. So, down, left, right, fire. Fixed keys are reset game, freeze, abort game. Okay, next unit, view radar, take off. F, so it's N, R, and T. Okay. Slow game. Yep, that sure is. That's a, it's a strategy game. There he goes. I can now hear the cats overhead in my room. Thump, thugug, thump. So they're ruining something up there. All right, I'm not going to play that game. That doesn't look good. Oh, it's a bulldog game. That makes sense. What else did I have here? Izera looked kind of interesting. Ugh. Noise. Where? Hey, Stumble. So, let's talk about that. Why do these have amazing soundtracks? I wasn't there, I can't tell you, but I spoke about this in I think my last stream, maybe the one before that. When I was a kid, I didn't have any CDs, and I didn't have any tapes, I didn't have any records. I had the radio, and I was not into the music that was on at that time. And I had like a handful of CDs that my parents had bought. The most interesting and relevant one was the Top Gun soundtrack, which I didn't realize at that time was from 1985 or whatever. So, if I had ever asked for a CD or a tape, my parents would not have bought it for me. They didn't buy anything that I wanted. My brother got everything, I got nothing. It was a complicated family dynamic. Nothing against my parents, just it was a complicated family dynamic. But even then, I wouldn't have known what to ask for, and my music tastes were garbage back then. But I'll tell you what. What did happen is we had an NES, and this was circa like late 90s. Just my childhood was kind of time shifted because we were poor. What we could afford is we could afford to rent video games for the NES that we had. And so I would fire up Mega Man 3. And this was the coolest thing I'd ever heard in my life. This was the first music that I went nuts for. I'd never heard synth pop, you know. the 5 or 6 genres and cultures that influenced this song, for instance, I'd never heard any of them. Right? And there's so much going on here for a machine with only 4 voices in its synthesizer chip, right? And then on my PC, I would get my shareware discs out, and I'd play Raptor, Call of the Shadows. Which sounded like nothing else I'd ever heard. And then I would go and I'd pull up, gosh, what else? Because Traffic Department 2192 had amazing music, but it was very subtle. It was a whole different genre. It was very chill. This ad-lib bullshit. So I'm 12 years old and this is what I'm hearing, right? And I have no context for it. And I don't realize that, like, there's bits of this that are borrowed from Michael Jackson. You'll hear it later. And it's informed by, like, the Human League. And all this wild stuff, all these influences that I didn't have access to. You know? Smooth Criminal. The breakdown from Smooth Criminal is right here. And just about every game that I fired up, there was like a respected, publisher on the PC like Apogee or Epic, or a Konami game on the NES, or a Capcom game on the NES, would have a banging soundtrack, and it was the only music I had. And so I'd put it in, and I'd turn it on, and I would pause the game, and I would sit there and listen to it, because it's all I had. And it was good, but it was also the only source of new music I had. And I was really excited when I started a new game and discovered that it had great music. Well, what I've been told over and over about why the Commodore 64 and the ZX Spectrum and whatnot why their games library is so strange, in a nutshell, is British people were broke as hell. They couldn't afford game consoles, and thus they only had these. They only had one. They couldn't afford to buy dozens and dozens and dozens of games to find out what other people were doing. So they pretty much just had a Commodore 64 or a Spectrum and their imagination, and that was it. And like half-remembered memories of an arcade game they'd seen once. And so, like, if that's true, then likewise, I imagine they weren't buying gobs and gobs of records, and CDs and tapes. But what they were doing is they were connected to each other's bulletin boards, and they were downloading cracks, and they were trading tapes, and they were trading floppies on some platforms. Well, running off an entire tape of just a song cost quite a bit in those days. It required a lot of effort. And I don't think anybody was going to just... What the hell is all that? Oh, okay. I don't think anybody was necessarily going to buy music produced on a Commodore 64 for its own sake. But if you made music that was part of something that a person was getting anyway, then when they fire it up, they're going to be really pleased that they have a new song. How many? And so one wonders how many people had bootleg copies of Commodore 64 games who fired them up just to listen to the music. Probably a lot. Probably a lot. And at the time, there's been some documentaries. I don't know how much truth there is in them, but there's been some mini documentaries about the wares scene and the cracking groups that delivered stuff like this and how they operated and what their sort of pardon me, what their culture was like and why they were doing what they were doing and why they did it the way they did. And I don't know. I don't know that I can speak to this part, but there was a matter of image, right? There was a matter of image, as in if a somebody said demo scene. If a cracking group really had their shit together, then they had a good team, and the reason they cared about that, like, why does it matter if your cracking group is on top of everything? You're not getting paid. The whole point is that you're not getting paid, right? So then it just becomes sort of a meritocracy for clout, really. This is one of the earliest pure clout chasing sort of subcultures. There was nothing particularly important or valuable about being in a cracking group that had a good name and a good reputation, but that's what people wanted. And so in order to gain the respect of their peers and the respect of their audience, as it were, they wanted to look like they really had their shit together. Having good artists, having good programmers, and having good musicians on your team made people go, oh, Razor 1911, yeah, those guys kick ass. Did that matter? Did that change anything for you? It was an end in itself, as far as I could tell. And, to a certain extent, it probably led to some of these groups getting a first bite at the apple compared to others. But then it's circular, right? If you're a cracking group and your goal is to get so popular that you're the first person that people think of when they have a game they're not supposed to have and they want somebody to crack it and release it, then that's the goal in itself, right? You're trying to get popular so that people will give you unreleased games so you can become popular, So yeah, 100% clout-based society, and to wit, it worked. It seems like all the people who did that stuff, a lot of them ended up sticking around. They seem to be pleased with their lot in life, as far as anybody can tell. But it gets into interesting questions of what do you do when there's no money involved? When you take money out of the equation, when you leave capitalism behind, you still have trade. People want something for their work, but most people are willing to take reputation, and reputation is something you can trade on to an extent, but it only goes so far. Well, sometimes reputation is good enough on its own. Apparently, that's the case here, because I don't really think that the members of Razor 1911, which was one of the big names when I was downloading a lot of pirated games when I was a kid, I don't think that they walked around, getting into clubs because they were in Razor 1911. I don't think that's how that worked. So why did they do it? What was in it for them? Well, sometimes it's just a satisfaction of respect from your peers. To a certain extent, that's why I do YouTube. It's nice that I get paid. That's great. It's made my lifestyle more comfortable. Not amazing. I can't buy a BMW, but I appreciate the money. The money helps. Don't get me wrong. But more than anything, it just feels good to have people say that I'm not a dumbass, that I'm just not worthless, you know? And you know what's funny about what you just said? I was at RePC this last weekend, and I got hit up by two different pairs of people who recognized me. One of which was just like, "Oh yeah, I bought the thing that you left here the other day," and I thought that was funny. But I saw the other two over by the door doing like this, like awestruck, and then they approached me later and they said, "Hey, are you the guy who has the? Can we get a picture with you?" And I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" What a weird situation. But yeah, it's the answer to the question, I think, is just that if you didn't have a lot of money and if you weren't particularly interested in what was on the radio, then there was so much joy in getting something you wanted anyway, getting a video game, and it comes with a cool piece of music that you've never heard before, and then it's yours. You own it, right? You have a floppy or a cassette, and you can load it up anytime you want and listen to it. And it's both it's cool and it's fun and it's something unique you can't get anywhere else. So yeah, I think it was just a sort of a subgenre of music that was on the super duper underground. Well, so here's the thing. Like, I've never had a problem with being a nerd, and I've never been apologetic about it. But don't get it twisted. Like, nerds have always been popular among more than just, there's always been room for nerds to be popular. And it is still cool, though, that I haven't really compromised anything. I am just doing what I feel like doing, and that people like that. That part I like. The nerd part, whatever. If I was doing woodworking, or if I was doing machining, or if I was just like doing book reviews or something, I would still feel just as satisfied if people recognized me and wanted to shake my hand solely because I was doing something just because it was what I wanted to do and not for their benefit. I modulate my stuff to fit people's needs. I meet them where they are as best I can. I try to write my videos so that people can understand them. And so that they're not left out. So I'm not, leaving out anything they need to understand them or to appreciate what I'm saying. But other than that, it's really just my thought process on the screen. And that's the goal. I pretty much have succeeded with it. And people like that. That is very satisfying. It is very satisfying to just be me, as it were. This ain't that much of a bop. It's just sort of a song. Oh, I was talking for so long that my gamepad turned off. Oh no, this game sucks. Okay, so when I've talked before about how the Commodore 64 is a crappy platform, this is what I'm talking about. It has so many of this kind of game, and I'm kind of surprised I haven't really run into it before. The things just sort of bouncing around the screen, and there's no, like, diegetic logic to them, right? If you're playing some of these other games, some of the other games I played just on these couple streams here, there's a diegetic sensibility to what you're seeing. Things aren't just there for no reason. And here they are. Here there's no logic to it whatsoever. This doesn't make any sense. The jumping physics are also catastrophically bad. Whoa, what? Wait, this is a minigame? This is a really hard minigame. I think I lost. This game sucks. Yeah, like not having to write collision code for any of the enemies was definitely saved us some effort. This game sucks. This game could go to hell. I don't need to play this game. What else we got? Dr. Destructor. That doesn't look very interesting. That doesn't look very interesting. Ah, Jinx. So this is ostensibly a breakout clone, but special. All right. You know what this is reminding me of is the incredible soundtrack for the NES Top Gun. I guess that's that. Oh. Get ready for level 1. Oh, dang it. Whoa, what? Whoa, what? Okay, this is interesting. Holy crap. This is cool. Wait, oh, we could go up. Oh! Hey, this is cool. Hell yeah. Oh! Oh, so the bricks are obstacles. I can't go through them. Where? There's been a few games where it's turned out that they were ports. Now, so I have sort of a soft rule about that, which is I don't want to really give a crap about any ports. I usually consider ports to be second-class software. You know, there's some games where when I find out that they were ported to every platform under the sun, I kind of have a hard time caring about them anymore. And it's, I don't know, it's a silly limitation to place, but the fact of the matter is that I just feel like the fact that something got ported to hell and back pretty much means that it was one of those famous games, the ones like, oh wait, I thought that was a pickup. I guess it wasn't. It means it's one of those games that, you know, everyone had heard of, and thus I'm like, I don't need to document it. You know, it'll be fine. It doesn't need my help. This one is hard, I gotta say. It's like part of the problem is how easy it is to pass through the ball with the paddle, and like it doesn't control very well. And I gotta say, like, I'm gonna call this interesting but not good. What they're doing here is fascinating. So part of the problem with that whole assertion, or that whole line of reasoning, is, do games necessarily all have an original version? I think that in this era, an awful lot of games probably didn't. Like they were conceived of and then written for everything on the, you know, everything under the sun simultaneously. And yeah, this kind of feels frustrating more than fascinating, I gotta be honest. Like, am I supposed to... I feel like I'm... Oh. You can avoid ports. You can avoid ports. I've played lots of games that turned out to be... dang it, I'm supposed to do those in order. I've played lots of games that turned out to be exclusives. Fascinating games that turned out to be completely unique to that platform. And, you know, it's possible. This is really a disappointment. If this was more tightly coded, if the physics were more, if they'd thought out better what to do when the ball hits the paddle, then wait, the ball is gray now. What does that mean for me? If they had come up with a better way to solve for what happens when the ball hits the bottom of the paddle as it's moving, that'd be one thing, but they didn't. And that's really kind of a problem. And there's just so much going on is the thing. Yeah. Let's have a jump to the left? Is that like a weird German, poorly translated Rocky Horror joke? This is German. So many of these games are. It's kind of amazing. All right, well, that was cool. That's called Jinx. Jinks. I guess, yeah. I kind of liked that. I think that people could do an amazing job of tuning that up in a indie game jam. I think it could really be something, but it's not something yet. Yeah, okay. Jet Tilde boys. Okay, I think we heard the whole song. Let's proceed. Yes. Oh. How do we... There we go. Always have the best shot. Infinite time to kill big enemy. This is Jet Boys for the Commodore 64. Thanks, Trooper. Appreciate it. Well, this kind of bangs, but not like that much. I don't know. It doesn't do that much for me. 1 or F3 for 1 or 2 players. Okay. Welcome to Wastelands Level 1. Okay, so is this just a shmup? I think this is just a shmup. Okay. It's a shmup with the turnaround mechanic. Not that unusual. Oh. Ugh. No, this one sucks. I don't have time for this. Job Race. Job Race. Job Race. Wow, what a name. That's Joe. Puppy. It doesn't look all that exciting. Joe Blade. Jump Machine. I think I played that for the Spectrum. I could be wrong. Yeah, Jet Boys really did not pan out. Planet of the Catmen. Well, the built-in star rating for this is not very good. 1.5. I'm going to go ahead and dodge that. Hello. Got to retrieve the Chaos Chip. I played Jump Machine last... Wait. I played Jump Machine last week? No, I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. Never mind. I was thinking of a different game. Wah. Noise. Okay. Also noise. All right. Oh, there we go. We're in the game. Huh. Okay, so I guess that's a life meter over on the left. Okay, and I'm out of ammo. Wow, I guess there's ammo and I'm out of it. What? Oh, this game is not well coded. If I fall down to the bottom, I can corrupt. Yeah, this is a mess. What the hell? Wow. This is not well coded, let me tell you. Great, I have a gun, but it's extremely unclear what I can actually kill with it. So you're mostly just wasting ammo. Gun reloaded. Okay. What? Oh, this is a mess. You can just jump through the floor to pick stuff up. This blows. This totally blows butt, man. Like, there's a gun reload box, but nothing I've encountered so far seems to succumb to bullets, and I'm already out of ammo again. Bad game, bad game, bad game. Not good. KGB agent. Okay, motorcycle. Let's go. We got bad Excite Bike here. Let's go. Yeah, frantic is the right word. Wow, this music sounds like a horror movie soundtrack. It sounds like Dare to Dream. All right. Not sure which one I am. Okay, probably the top one then. There we go. What? What? Wow, this sucks. Oh. Oh, man. Wow. Okay, but what did that music remind me of? Let me start this again. Dare to Dream. Dare to Dream. Oh, come on. Wow, does anybody have the music from this? Nobody does. Yeah. Ah, dang it. Yeah, Dare to Dream was the Cliff Bleszinski horror adventure game that I've always actually been curious about and kind of wonder where it goes. Let me see. I found another YouTube video. Let's see. Does this person run it for longer? Yeah, anyway. The game interface I have on the screen is called Launchbox, and I'm going to advise you, if you want to save a lot of time, look up C64 Dreams. That is the most efficient way to get C64 in, and it comes with Launchbox already, so you don't have to set it up. Okay, that's just a pretty straightforward breakout clone. That's interesting. Night Games. So this is the sequel to Night Games. This is Night Games 2, but I guess I don't have Night Games 1. Huh. Oh yeah, Crackout? Okay, I'll take a peek at it just for the music. Press 1, 2, 3. Italy. You know, that absolutely happened several times. The first release of something being called 2. Most famously with D-Base 2. Perhaps most famously. Whoa, this looks complicated. What the hell? What? I am pressing buttons. Nothing is occurring. Wow. Okay. I don't know how to play that. Alright, I'm going to start Crackout. See what we got for music here. Yeah, there was no D-Base 1. The first release was called D-Base 2. Because they figured nobody would buy a database program that was in its first version. Well, this is just the trainer music. The actual music in the game be its own thing. So let's see what we got. All right, unstop. Trainers. Yes. No. 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 All right, here we go. Amazing game. All right. Bat is on the right. Why are those default? Oh, right. You can only have sound effects or music. We'll go with the music. Wait. We can't have scrolling? Huh. This is weird. This sounds like Mr. E's Beautiful Blues. Well, it does seem like a solid enough Breakout clone, all things considered. This game is hard. Oh, wide. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I am extremely tired, I've realized. I am sort of starting to zone out, so I think I'm going to go ahead and call it thank you very much for coming by. Really appreciate it. And hopefully in the future I will find more 64 games that I actually like instead of just ones that I say are kind of interesting. Hope you enjoy your Sunday. Have a good one. Good night.